Oh, oh, should be working. We on YouTube? We're on YouTube. Yay. We did it. I figured it out. Anyways. I got something special today. Today we're gonna be reacting to 3 golf cart videos. If you don't know who that is, he basically makes these little tiny documentaries about streamers or YouTubers, and yeah, I seen his stuff. I haven't watched any of his newer stuff, so that's what we're gonna do today. So, without further ado, all right, first song we got the only streamer that cares, and this one is about Joe Bartolozzi. I actually love Joe. He's probably one of my biggest inspirations about in the streaming or content space. He's probably my biggest influence. I love his content, and I think he's a great guy, but I don't know, but he seems like a very cool dude. Anyways, the only streamer that cares. Let's get into this.
You know what the most important part of any live stream is? The chat.
That's true. I'm gonna say that. If you're ever gonna start streaming or you're ever gonna start a YouTube, the most important part is the chat. Now, sometimes I have people in my chat. Sometimes I don't. That's just the name of the game when you're starting new. But when I had the body cam video I had one chatter, and it made it so much more. It's so easy. It's so much more comfortable when you have a chat to talk to. It's almost like a conversation, you know? Like it's hard to talk to yourself, but when there's people that are giving their input too, it's so much easier. But yeah, I believe chat is one of the most important.
Thousands of viewers pour into their favorite streamers' chat. Together, they decide what games get played, what videos get watched, and the streamers who keep them entertained get paid. It sounds pretty easy, right?
Dude, I forgot about that. XQZ, he got the 10 mil kick contract. That was crazy. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, that was considered one of the biggest contracts ever for a streamer. Yeah, it's on the same level of a basketball player. Since it's esports, he's now considered one of the it's up there with professional athletes. That's insane to me. Streamers are getting athlete money. I would have never thought that would ever happen.
The problem is, chat never wants just one thing. There's thousands of people all asking for something different, and no matter what you do, someone's unhappy. The biggest streamers learn to follow the majority
dude.
And keep the party moving. Because
can we not watch this video? Can we skip? Let's skip, dude. Come on.
You don't leave 10,000 people hanging over a single name in the chat. But what happens when the needs of the one are a matter of life and death?
My girlfriend of 3 years took her own life in November of 2025. Losing my best friend and the person I love most in the world. I'm feeling like my life is no longer worth living, and I've been falling into a bad habit of drug addiction, leading me to on MDMA in December. I don't want to be here anymore.
This is Joe Bartolozzi.
Wow. That is crazy. First of all, I feel bad for the person. Basil or whatever. That's fucked up that happened. However, I don't get the idea of going to a streamer for your help. You know what I mean? I don't understand that aspect of it. Sure, Joe Bartolozzi went to college for philosophy, but he's not a therapist. And he'll stop everything for these kinds of chatters that are desperate need of help, but I don't get why they think he has to help. He doesn't have to help. He will, so people will just go to him. But you shouldn't rely on a streamer for your mental health, like, being solved by them. Like, a streamer is not gonna get you the help you need. You need to go get help. A streamer, he can point you in the direction, but he's not gonna get you help. He's not gonna make you
one of the
better.
only streamers that stops everything when someone needs help.
If a chatter of mine is coming into my chat saying they're suicidal, I am first and foremost going to read their message.
But when you do this, when you make yourself the person people turn to at their lowest, you're also now the one who has to carry the weight of it. Because now you're surrounded by darkness.
Today I decided to end everything. Got a shotgun, can't find it in me to love myself.
Now you're giving away pieces of yourself to everyone around you.
People are genuinely asking me to fix their problems. I can't.
Now it feels like the whole world is on your shoulders.
Now I'm going, oh, if I stop posting, people are gonna start themselves.
That's a heavy weight to pick up, and we want.
Damn. That would suck. That would suck to have. Like, I wanna make it big one day, but that would probably that would be the hardest part. If someone went to me and was like, "Hey man, your videos or your streams saved my life," that's a whole nother level to this thing. Like, it's not fun anymore in a way. It's serious now. Like, I don't know. That's really hard.
to know why.
That's
Who
really,
is Joe
really hard.
Bartolozzi, and why do you care so deeply about some of the things that you do? Which is
Yeah.
maybe a little deep for 10:30 in the morning, but
No, it's all right.
Joe Bartolozzi was born on February 6th, 2002, and grew up in southern New Jersey. Joe wasn't the kid you've picked to become famous online. He was
Damn.
the small, quiet kid, the one getting picked last for everything.
I was kind of like the lanky kid that didn't really know how to control his body. So that's why I was picked last.
But by high school, things started turning around. He hit his growth spurt, got into lifting, and went from being the kid nobody picked to a legitimate athlete. So, by
Damn, look at
2019,
him.
Joe's a track athlete at a Catholic prep school in New Jersey, working part
That picture. Oh man, that picture is so fucking funny. Hold on. Dude, that picture.
working
Dude, he's
part-time
so
at
locked
GNC,
in.
heading towards a
He's
completely
so
new
locked
life.
in.
And then a Chinese tech company bought a dying lip syncing app.
TikTok?
is the latest
Yep.
app to capture the attention of teens and young adults across the world.
God, I remember when TikTok first came out, and I was like, I'm never downloading that shit. That's lame. That's for lame people. I'm not downloading it. I downloaded it and I liked it. It was great. It felt like I belonged here. No. I deleted it after the whole security thing. You remember when it was getting banned? I deleted it then. And then people were like, "Oh, it's not getting banned." And I never reinstalled it because I didn't know if they were gonna keep updating it or not, and I didn't want a bunch of fucking hackers or fucking viruses getting on my fucking phone through that shit.
A Chinese company called ByteDance bought the relatively dead app Musical.ly. They gutted it, rebranded it, and on August 2nd, 2018, TikTok officially hit the App Store.
TikTok.
Now, early on, TikTok was mostly just the same creators who came over from Musical.ly. So all of those cringy lip sync videos and the reputation that came with them
Damn.
carried straight over.
Going through your
God.
parents' divorce is more fun than going through
Hey.
TikTok.
for a while there, TikTok as a whole was pretty cringy.
Yeah, I used to get made fun of.
But even with that reputation, Joe figured he'd try it anyway. He posted his first TikTok in December of 2019, and it got a few hundred likes, which is nothing crazy, but it was enough to make him post another one, and another one, and he just kept going. Within a few months, he went from pointing at text on a screen to actually talking, ranting straight to the camera about whatever stupid thing pissed him off that day.
There's no looking left or right in the urinal at all times.
This is where Joe carved out his lane.
I mean, that's true. I mean, you don't look left or right. Straight ahead. You don't look anywhere. Straight ahead.
He became
Locked
the loud
in.
guy in the beanie who'd yell about people who drink sparkling water or crash out over some DIY tutorial.
The coffee pot's floating.
Dude, I remember. This is how I first found Joe. Joe Bart. Like, I didn't find him on like YouTube or Twitch or anything like that. I found him on TikTok. That's the best thing TikTok gave me was Joe Bartolozzi. And I remember every day I would refresh his page, waiting for more. And then I was like, let me go see if he had a YouTube or something. And
Suddenly,
then,
TikTokers
boom.
were performing at NBA halftime shows or hanging with the Kardashians. I mean, the D'Amelios were dropping a reality show on Hulu. It was the biggest app in the world, and Joe had gotten in early.
6 months after you started posting, if I'm not mistaken, you had over 1 million followers on TikTok.
2020 TikTok, you could literally post anything, and if it got any amount of views, half the people that saw it would follow you.
So now you've got a teenage guy, fresh out of high school, with millions of people watching his every move. But what do you think this does to a person?
It's not.
It's a lot of. It's a lot of pressure. No. It's a lot of pressure. No, not even that. It's. Man, you become famous when you're young. It's probably gonna be like ego.
The same guys as like a Disney star, right? Because I was nowhere near that level. But it's just the idea of like, I was a teenager that's getting clout.
Yeah, it was
and
ego.
I think 99% of the time, that's bad.
And Joe was no exception. All of those views, all that attention that comes with internet fame, it went straight to his head.
I went from being a really insecure, it was like two polar opposites, right? And I had to find the medium. Like, I used to be really insecure when I was in like middle school, early high school, to a point where like I started working out, I started doing this, and then it went like full flop to like narcissism. And so it was like an obsession with myself because of insecurity that then inflated my ego to the point where I'm like, oh, I'm awesome.
And you can see it in the content from that era. The captions, the attitude, the way that he carried himself.
So this is my proposal for any women out there that would like to participate in the holiday but don't have anybody to assist them. I'm here.
This is the
National
version of Joe.
Suck D-Day. Are you serious right now? That's a day? That's a day?
That Joe doesn't like.
That person in that facade I had to do to create that character actually became me for a short period of time, and I hated it.
But as much as Joe hates this version of himself, he also kind of owes everything to him. Because that ego is what gave him the confidence.
I mean,
and
that's
drive to
true.
start making
That's
bigger swings in his
that's
career.
the
And when you're
that's the
building yourself
TikTok
from the
show
ground
that I
those
watched.
two things can be the difference between success and failure. You see, everyone wants to start their own thing until they realize how much work starting actually takes. Building your website, setting up payments, all the boring stuff. And most people don't quit because the idea was bad. They quit because the setup got in the way. That's where WAP comes in. WAP is WAP.com today. But now back to Joe
Thank you,
and
WAP,
business he was
for
just starting to
supporting
build.
my guy.
It started with diversifying his audience. Because unlike YouTube or Twitch, your follower count is kind of empty on TikTok. You can have 1 million
Yeah,
followers
it's kind of what's the word? Inflated rather, because you could accidentally follow someone and just keep scrolling, or you could be like, oh, that's kind of funny, and follow them and never watch them again. So followers is kind of
because the platform simply doesn't pay its creators anything worthwhile.
Like,
Yeah.
I was probably making like what?
followers
10K.
is kind of more like
I was making less
the
than minimum
like
wage.
system on
So in
YouTube.
the summer of
If that makes
2020,
any sense.
just before starting his freshman year of college, Joe announced his first ever Twitch stream.
I'm gonna start streaming video games on Twitch in a day or two.
He started moving viewers from TikTok to Twitch, where he'd stream games like Rocket League and Fall Guys.
Oh, I got it!
Then he'd take the best moments from those streams and post them to YouTube. By fall
Yeah,
of
that's-
that
that's
year,
what I'm
Joe was
doing.
juggling multiple TikTok
That's what I be
uploads a
doing.
day, streaming on Twitch, making YouTube content, all while managing his classwork in college.
What was the schedule like in college? There's so much going on. How do you manage that?
It was a lot. Like, balancing streaming and college sucked. But it was so doable. And I hate when streamers say, oh, I really needed to drop out to pursue streaming. Like, get the out of here. I was growing and in college the entire time. Thank you for...
I was going to college at one point in time. I didn't drop out because I wanted to do streaming. I wanted to do streaming, but that's not the reason why I dropped out. I have no money. that I just ran out of money. That's all. But I mean, yeah, that's a fair point. You shouldn't quit your education to pursue streaming. On that same vein, though, you shouldn't go to college if you don't want to go to college. If that like, you know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't force yourself to go anywhere you don't want to be.
3 million followers.
4 million followers.
By December, Joe had cleared 5 million followers on TikTok. And just a few months after his first stream, Joe was pulling in nearly 1,000 average viewers on Twitch.
It's gonna be me one day.
So obsessed with performance.
Joe was constantly studying social media, trying to understand what made videos pop, what people responded to, and why certain videos failed. That confidence had turned into a full-blown obsession. But because of it, Joe was starting to not like the person he saw in the mirror.
I'm trying to map out where the ego kind of starts to disappear versus... Like, was there a low point, a moment where you're like, holy, I gotta change?
Yeah, I don't really, I don't think there was like an aha, right? It wasn't like a light switch flip. It was more over the span of like a 6-month period where I was like, I'm kind of being a dickhead.
Yeah.
Coupled with a variety of things. So I don't know if you can include this in the video. That's up to you. I tripped on mushrooms for the first time, like, and I hate when people talk about like that being a genuine
like a
changing
ego
factor
death
in their life, because
That's
it's
kinda...
like, okay, cornball, like that's what made you.
Man, I had a buddy in high school. He did mushrooms, and he had that. I think it's ego death or whatever. Like he basically died, and then he came back, and he was never the same. I want to say he was a little bit better, but he was. I don't know. He was. That was a crazy situation. I wasn't there when it happened. I knew him before and I knew him after. Like that was a crazy thing that happened. And me and my buddies, we still talk about it sometimes, and that's I don't know. I don't think I could ever do fucking shrooms or anything like that. I feel like that just fucked me up.
You know, really have that light switch. But I think it was like, it was a part of it, you know, like it removed the grooves of life that I have gotten into, and it made me reset to a point where I had to kind of look in myself. A lot of the people that I knew in philosophy classes as well were sharing ideas that, you know, I may have heard but not resonated or understood fully. It was so much like, wow, I'm gonna die one day. I should kind of treat people in a way that's like, this is our only life. And I accredit my viewers a lot, because in that time, parasocial rules.
Yeah, treat others how you want to be treated. I know it's the overused golden rule or whatever, but it's true. Treat others how you want to be treated. You know, like there's no point on being like mean, you know. There's no point in that. Like why do that? Like there's no point.
Relationships built a
Just
little
be
bit,
nice.
which is bad, but at the same time there were people coming to me for the first time going, I want to kill myself.
You were chatting to your last streamer because you're ending it all. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Damn, this was happening like when he first started. Fuck, dude, that's like 5 years of this shit he's been doing. 5 years of people coming to him.
If there was a moment of like
5 years of people coming to him like, hey, I'm gonna kill myself. That's insane. That's crazy.
What happened? One of my subs just said he's gonna kill himself. Dude, do you need help?
Because I was going, yeah, even though I'm 19, you know, there are people that actually look up to me in a way that's like, I need to be better.
Life is the best thing that will ever happen. No matter how bad it can get, life is amazing.
Now, put yourself in that.
That's true. Chat. All life is precious. And life will get better. There's a saying that I read the other day. It said, not all feelings are forever. And that could be good, that could be bad. But if you're feeling sad, or you're feeling depressed, or you're feeling just depressed, not all feelings, or not, what is it? All feelings are not forever. Just remember that. Not all feelings are forever.
Share for a second. You're 19 years old. You started streaming to play video games, to have fun and make people laugh, and somebody you've never met just told you they're planning their own death. And out of everyone in their life, they picked you to tell.
I feel like no one cares, and I want to end it all. I have a date planned, so you'll probably never see me again. I want to say you make me laugh a lot. I'm going to myself October 2nd. No one will remember me.
And this kept happening. Joe would go live, and sooner or later, somebody would show up in a genuine crisis.
Man, my problem would be like, who's faking? Like, who is just doing this for attention? Like, I don't know what. Because for me, I would want to say something, right? But saying something just invites people to fake it. You know what I mean?
To a Twitch chat.
Don't want to be a mood killer. I just want to say my family basically bullies me every day, and I can't get them to stop. I've been thinking about suicide a lot.
When Joe first started getting these messages from chatters, his initial response was the same as anyone with the hearts would be. He wanted to help. Both on stream and off of it, Joe took the time to talk with those viewers, getting to know them on a personal level and giving them real advice just like you would with a friend.
You guys,
that's hard.
Mean the world to me. If you need help with something like that, I can try my best. So that's why I'm kind of chilling or pausing the stream for the last like 15 minutes to talk about this, because that's important.
But there's a harsh reality that all streamers have to learn eventually. Your viewers aren't your friends. They can't be.
I have had probably 20 people come to me about themselves, like on live. The first 2 times it's happened, I have tried to like help them, and then it just ended badly in terms of them getting parasocial towards me and then nonstop coming to me.
You see, the relationship between a streamer and a viewer is way more complicated than a normal friendship. When you spend hours watching someone through a screen, day after day, your brain starts doing something weird. You pick up their sense of humor. You learn their opinions, their moods, what makes them laugh.
Yeah, so that's kind of that's like the harsh reality is when I have one viewer in my chat and we're talking like direct to each other, we're still not friends, right? I am, well, for this case, I'm the entertainer, right? Like, I am entertaining. Or at least I'm trying to be entertaining. I'm the entertainer, and there's the viewer. Like, there's no personal connection, right? You are seeing a lot of me. I will never see a little bit of you. I like that. That's just how it is, and that's just the way it is, and that's the way it has to be for streaming to work and for entertainers and viewers to work in a live setting. That's how it has to work, right? Like, there's no other way around it.
You come to know them the way you'd know a friend, except they have no idea you even exist.
Exactly. Like, I don't really know.
This is what's called
I'll
a
never know
parasocial
you.
Relationship, and it can be a dangerous thing.
Now a scary home invasion as 3 masked intruders with guns grab a popular influencer by the hair demanding money.
3 guys came into my room, turned all the lights on, and then they had the gun pointed at me.
While most parasocial relationships don't reach this level, there's always a possibility that it can.
3 popular Twitch streamers face a terrifying encounter while live streaming along the Santa Monica Pier.
I'll kill you right now. I'll kill you right now. If the streamer leans too far one way, they might come across as uninterested or cold, but lean too far the other, and viewers can mistake an occasional reply for friendship.
Please stop following me. It's getting weird. It's getting strange. I don't know you, okay? So please leave.
Damn. Yo, I'll never IRL stream. Yo, I would never IRL stream, no matter how big I get, bro, or how small I stay. Like, there's no amount of money could get me. I love to travel. Like, I love to go places. I used to not, but I really like going places. I could not stream it though.
Me alone.
That is a risk I'm not willing to take.
Because now that attention can turn into expectation. And when the expectation of a response to the next chat isn't met, it can feel less like being ignored by a streamer and more like a betrayal by someone that they thought they knew.
It's a weird parasocial relationship that forms, and you're not even aware that this person is forming that typically until they're like about to show up, or they do show up.
The gap is hard to manage, which is why most streamers keep a barrier up around the heavy personal stuff.
My sis is dead.
Right, let's try and keep it positive.
Please don't talk about side in my chat, please. This is something I just don't like to hear or talk about, you know.
And you can't really blame them. At the end of the day, streamers are supposed to entertain.
I will say they're being cold about it, but you have to be. you gotta shut that down. Like, hey, don't tell me that so and so died. Don't tell me that you're gonna kill yourself. Like, I'm not the one, right? I'm not the one to help you. I'm not the one to hear it. I'm not the one to tell you whatever. Like, that's just.
There has to be a boundary between caring about the people watching and becoming responsible for everything that they bring into the chat.
They become too attached to you, where they see you as an actual friend that they have. So I feel like that is kind of a boundary that you have to set as a streamer. But it's hard to gauge where that line is.
Joe had every reason to draw that same boundary. He'd answered the heavy messages, taken conversations off stream, and learned what could happen when things become too parasocial.
The first 2 times I helped somebody with like issues, they just kept messaging me, and then they like got upset when I stopped messaging them. So it's more so of that issue.
But mental health meant too much to him. Ignoring somebody who might not make it through the night was never a choice he could live with. After those early mistakes, Joe implemented two.
I mean, that's the problem. That's the it's so heavy, right? Like, you can't just ignore them. You just can't. You can't just ignore that, right? You have to do something. You feel like you're almost responsible in a way, but you also have to remember that you're not either. So it's so that's so hard. Like, I understand why Joe is like letting himself like almost get walked on in a way. You know what I mean?
That would eliminate those odd parasocial dynamics from coming into the picture. For starters, he removed any one-on-one interaction. All conversations with chatters were strictly held on stream from the Twitch chat.
I've prepared to go, tired of waiting for things to improve. You are my escape. Thank you, dude. If you're saying you're gonna kill yourself, don't. I know this was 10 minutes ago. I hope you're still here.
And second, but most importantly, he made the pivot from trying to be the help himself and became the middleman.
Fine if you're depressed and you want to come to me for advice, but when it comes to the gravity of seeking an expert is better than seeking Joe Bartolozzi, a Twitch streamer, TikToker. You know what I mean?
For those who came into the chat looking for help, Joe was there to give them a few encouraging words and push them in the right direction.
I've had not so good thoughts, if you know what I mean, and listening to your advice and others has helped me even during those hard times. If you ever have thoughts, reach out to somebody, genuinely. Go to a therapist, psychiatrist, talk to somebody that can help you. It's not the answer. Like, there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator. Especially seeing that I don't know the person. So that's why I try to do the charity streams for, like, you know, 988 or AFSP or Trevor Project. We're doing reactions today. And it's a charity stream. We raised $2,700, which was matched 3x by the Melinda Bill Gates Foundation. So dub in the chat for that. Goes to a good cause, saving lives.
And for a while, this worked.
I would love to do
it seems kind of small,
charity
Joe's
stream.
brief but encouraging words
be
were actually making a difference in people's lives.
Been subbed for a year now, and I want to say thank you for helping me through this past year with having to deal with my grandpa's suicide and my own personal problems. You're definitely my favorite top streamer, and I hope you never stop.
But by the time Joe graduated college, things had started to change. His viewer count climbed to some of the highest in all of streaming. And managing the expectation of that many chatters is a totally different beast.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he's getting crazy views.
Chat's horrible.
Yeah?
Like, yeah. I gotta lock in. I want to get into the videos. I'm starting to get stressed the f*** out. I'm starting to get stressed the f*** out. I could tell this was going to happen at the start of stream when I got like 9 messages just unloaded onto me.
With this many viewers watching, Joe found himself caught between two groups that wanted completely different things from him. Because on one hand, some viewers felt that he wasn't doing enough to help.
I guess even my favorite streamer doesn't care about me. Lame comment. I have 5,000 people in my stream that are spamming right now. I'm also playing a video game. And then I don't respond to you and you pull this guilt trip here.
But on the other hand, there was a totally different group of viewers that were tired of the stream constantly.
That's so lame. That's so lame. I guess my favorite streamer doesn't even care about me. Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, like that is so lame. You're
Jesus,
lame,
dude,
dog.
I like watching your streams, but when you go on rants like this, that's all you do all the time. That's annoying. Play the game. Do me a favor and never watch me again. Do me a favor and go f yourself.
No matter what Joe did, someone felt ignored, and the messages were starting to get more demanding. Early on, people would briefly mention that they were struggling, and Joe would offer a few words of encouragement. Now they wanted more.
Like every stream, it's been getting more and more and more and more like involved, where people are genuinely asking me to fix their problems. I can't. I'm sorry.
But the hardest part was figuring out who genuinely needed help and who was only looking for attention.
How do you balance keeping everybody happy and then also sorting through people who are just doing it for attention?
I mean, that's the struggle. Because I'm a suicide prevention advocate, that is an avenue that a lot of people use to manipulate their way into being noticed or speaking to me on stream. And so, yeah, if there's 10 chats saying they're suicidal, 6 of them are fake. Because I do so much mental health advocacy, the amount of people that come in my chat fake being suicidal is absurd. I had one chatter that came in and they say, hey, I'm the mother of so-and-so. He took his own life. I just wanted to let you know you were his favorite streamer. I'm sorry that he took his life. I don't really know what to say. I'm sorry. I hope you're all right. I'm sorry for the loss of your son. Ugh. Come to find out, they come back a month later and they're like, my brother typed that, Bandit blocked him. You're the chatter I knew.
What? You fake, right? Your mom typing on your account that you killed yourself and you come back? That's so stupid. That's so stupid.
That's fucking weird as shit.
This leaves Joe stuck making a decision that's difficult to get right.
Are we
If I'm
serious
being
right
honest,
now?
I think a large portion of people that come into my chat
No way,
say
bro.
stuff that's idle are lying. But I have to treat them all as if they're real, because then I could, on an off chance, not take somebody seriously that is serious. And that's the worst thing you could do.
Ignoring the wrong message could have serious consequences, but responding to every message was impossible, and the pressure of trying was beginning to wear him down.
I feel bad, and I've talked about this. It's like, I wish I could help, but like sometimes I can't, you know? Like there's only so much I'm able to do as a creator, especially seeing that I don't know the person.
But there's one message that weighs on Joe the most. It's one that he's heard over and over again, that for some viewers, he's the only reason that they're still alive.
Damn.
You were there when my dad passed. You saved me from ending my own life more than anyone should. I've realized so much because of you. I can't thank you enough. You unknowingly have helped me with a lot. My life has gotten a lot better since watching you from your philosophy stuff. Never had a favorite streamer until I watched your streams, and it kind of saved my life, no pressure. I wanted to myself, you saved my life. I did not save your life, you saved...
Bro, you saved my life, no pressure? That's not how that works. You can't just say no pressure. And like what he's about to say, he did not save your life. You saved your own life.
Saved your own life. Please get the help you need, though. If I'm the only reason that you stopped, you know, wanting to kill yourself in that moment, you need a lot of help outside of just watching my content.
When you hear some of those stories, how big of a toll does that take on you? Because, like, I don't know, I'm watching through some of their clips, talking to people like this, a lot of the chat is asking, who is checking on Joe?
I mean, I'm starting therapy soon. I'm not saying it's bad to have my videos as like something to fall back on to make you feel happier versus like, I don't know, your videos are the only thing that's keeping me alive.
Take a second and think about what
Yeah,
that
that's
actually means
crazy.
for the person receiving it. Somebody just
Joe
told you that
Bartolozzi
your
shouldn't be
uploads
the
are
reason why
load-bearing
you're
for their
still
existence.
around.
Don't tell me that. Like, I'm glad I'm able to help, man, but like, get help. Like, get help. Please.
So what happens if you take a break? What happens if you burn out and quit? On some level, Joe now feels like he has to keep posting, because somewhere out there, somebody's hanging on by his streaming schedule.
There will be people that will like come to my chat and they're like, hey, you prevented me from killing myself because I saw one of your videos and it made me laugh. On surface level, that's great. If you're me, now I'm going, oh, if I stop posting, people are gonna start killing themselves.
And beyond the pressure,
Yeah,
there's the sheer exposure
that's
to
a
darkness.
like you can't. That's
Joe's
that's
DMs
hard.
and chat
That's
are
a hard
constant stream of people's lowest moments.
I guess balance, right?
And when you're surrounded by that much pain for that long, it eventually starts to get in.
That's like the one thing is the emotional drain, I guess. Like I put a lot out.
After every stream, Joe sits there for an hour just coming back down from what the job took out of him.
Like when I'm done stream, I get off. I literally sit there in like silence for maybe an hour. I need like time to decompress just because that is a lot at times. It takes a toll and I've gotten used to it, but it kind of builds. Like I'll be good for a month and then there'll be a week where I'm just like not there emotionally, I guess. And that's like a problem.
So the obvious question is, why keep doing it? Every other streamer proved you can just let the messages scroll and the career survives. Joe could put up the full wall tomorrow and nobody could really blame him.
I'm not sitting here acting like I'm some role model, but if people are going through stuff and I recognize that they're watching my content to help them, that I want them to have some sort of guidance of redirection to be better themselves.
Yeah, I guess like he said before,
I'm
I'm almost like a middleman.
Joe did the math and decided helping people is worth what it costs him.
I enjoy making people happy more than the other aspects of the job. And that's what enables me to deal with this too. Like a lot of people are like, oh, push through the negative because you make money. I think I push through the negative because I can affect people more positively here than any other job that I could possibly be doing.
But once he saw what his platform could do for people at their lowest, walking away from that stopped being an option he could live with.
Thank you. My mom was diagnosed with cancer about 9 months ago.
Sorry to
we
hear
would
that.
watch your videos and streams. We loved your philosophy streams. She also majored in philosophy.
Really?
A week ago I found out she has
two more days to live. One of the final things we did was watch one of your YouTube videos. Your videos remind me of good memories. She passed away yesterday and you helped me cope. Just wanted to say thank you so much. You helped more than you'll ever know. Oh my god. Yo, that's just gonna make me cry.
Yeah, that is, oh man.
It's a fucking weird job, dude. It's a weird job in
That's
social
crazy.
media. There's a lot of but it's one of the most like rewarding experiences. Just to be able to be someone to help other people is something that I want to do. Yeah, the money's good. Yeah, it's fun to play video games and but like on a deeper level, dude, being able to make people's days is like genuinely what I want to do. And I'm glad that I can.
Chat, that was a really good video. That was a really good video. Hey, subscribe to Golf Cart. Give it a like. Can't wait to watch this again when Joe Bart reacts to it, bro. Yeah, that's gonna be me later. I think he already has reacted to it. I think he might be. Ludwig has already. Hearing Joe's voice in such a well-edited video is surreal. Yeah. Left a comment on one of Joe's VODs about the whole chat saying they want to off themselves thing, and was voicing how it must be rough on Joe to handle it. Got a decent amount of attention and a handful of people saying like Joe owes it to his fans to be a therapist for them. Joe doesn't mind. It's okay. It's okay because Joe uses his viewers for his own benefit so the viewers can use him too. Glad this vid came out so these people might be able to realize how stupid they sounded. Yeah, there's no, like, Joe is a streamer, yeah, but he doesn't owe anyone anything, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Anyways, on to the next video. Also by Golf Cart, the cost of being Jinxie.
This was the exact moment Jinxie became the most subscribed streamer on Twitch.
Now listen, if you don't know who he is, you better find out why he's so popular, man.
It seemed like Jinxie came out of nowhere. Like he snapped his fingers and all of a sudden, he was the new king of Twitch. For most people, this is a dream come true.
Hey chat, I like watching Jinxie too. His Rainbow Six gameplay, fire. What's that? Clip reacts. Yeah, I like his clip reacts too.
Wake up. Play
He's
video
funny.
games and get stupid.
He's
Rich.
loud. He's funny.
I do social media, right? But I would never want to be on the top. Being on the top is a
Hey, Joe Bart.
curse.
But what we don't see in this moment is what it took to get here. Because success like this doesn't come free. It comes with a cost. And for Jinxie, that cost was higher than most people could ever imagine.
639 hours streamed to an average viewership of 2. That's Jinxie, man.
While his friends were out living their college years,
Wow.
Jinxie was alone, night after night, sitting in front of a camera, streaming to almost no one.
Because it's not about the hours that they know about. It's about what you do in the dark room when it's you and your thoughts.
For years, his reality was numbers so low they didn't
Yo,
even register. 5 years,
that's
10
crazy.
years, it was a
He's-
dream.
I didn't
no one
know.
else could
I didn't know
see.
you said anything like that, bro.
Every thing that you will ever achieve is brick by brick, day by day, night by night.
But the real question is, what exactly did he give up to reach number 1?
Probably
Nicholas Stewart, or as we know him today as Jinxie, was born on September 26,
his
2001
his
in
social
Odessa,
life,
Florida.
I think.
Growing up, he wasn't chasing streaming
Right?
rewards. His first love was actually soccer. He played competitively for a local team called Everton FC in Florida. And for a while, that was his entire world outside of school. As the mid-2010s rolled around, soccer wasn't his only obsession anymore. Like countless teenagers, he was sinking deeper into the world of video games.
Oh yeah.
It started with the mobile
Clash
game
of Clans.
Clash Royale.
Oh,
Nick rided his
yeah.
way up the ranks, even competing at the semi-pro level under the name It's Nova Nick. But by his junior year, the focus had once again shifted. He wanted to stream, so he created a new account, called it I Sweat Games. And for the first time, he hit go live on Twitch.
Alright, what's up, guys? Just went live 5 seconds
What?
And the timing of this move was perfect.
Oh,
because
what? That's
2018
a
was
yo. That's a young Jinxie. Hold on. Wow, I had no idea that he streamed that young.
5 seconds
Holy
ago.
shit!
And the timing of
That's
this
gonna be
move
me.
was perfect,
It's gonna be
because
me in like
2018 was
10,
the year live
in
streaming
like 5
exploded
years.
into mainstream.
Looking back on
Fortnite
me.
was everywhere, pulling in millions of players and casual viewers. Streamers like Ninja, Tfue, and Take
Oh yeah,
were becoming
when Fortnite came out, it was over. It was. If nothing else mattered, it was fucking Fortnite.
household names.
It was only
Ninja's
Fortnite.
collabs with Drake, Travis Scott, and Juju Smith-Schuster made headlines outside of the gaming world, putting Twitch in front of audiences who had never watched a live stream before. And that sudden surge of attention created space for new creators to break through. Now, I Sweat Games was short-lived. Nick dropped that username and started fresh as Jinxie, but starting then gave him a chance to grow with the platform. He just had to follow the usual playbook.
Do you go to school? I graduated high school last year, bro. I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber.
To become a top 1%
Hey.
streamer on Twitch, you really had to chase the biggest titles. And at that
What's
time,
that, brother?
game was Fortnite.
It's called Fortnite. It's free.
To build an audience, you had to be the first to come streaming when a new season.
It's Fortnite. It's free.
You had to be
Go to school. I graduated high
Look
school
at,
last year, bro. I'm
Nick
pursuing a
830,
career and becoming
boy.
a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber.
To become a top 1% streamer on Twitch, you really had to chase the biggest titles. And at that time, that game was Fortnite.
It's called Fortnite. It's free.
It's called Fortnite. It's free.
To build an audience, you had to be the first to start
Again.
streaming when a new season rolled out. You had to be the first to show the viewers what was new. Be the first to find the bugs, the Easter eggs, to play the games in ways no one else was. And that's how you'd stand out.
Yo, we need that, my
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Hold on, chat. We need that.
But first, a quick word from our sponsor. My mornings usually start in the gym, and from there, the day quickly turns into emails, scripts, and let's get back to it. But when Jinxie was faced with this playbook, he ignored it. Instead, he went all in on Rainbow Six Siege.
Dude,
Oh.
Siege is the greatest game
Yeah,
on
that's
planet
right.
Earth.
Siege at the time was practically on life support. I mean, Rainbow Six was barely scraping past 80,000 average viewers on a good month. And when you compare it to Fortnite's 78.3 million active users each month, it becomes
Damn.
pretty clear. Siege was the wrong game to bet on.
Imagine not playing Rainbow Six Siege.
And yet, Jinxie stuck with it, because even with all its flaws,
I mean,
Siege was
fucking
different. It's
good on him, bro. That worked out tremendously for him. Bro is a fucking millionaire now, and he streamed a dying game. He's probably the reason why it's
destruction
back.
mechanics and
like,
tactical gameplay forced players to think, adapt, and strategize in ways that no other mainstream game did.
but I
choosing
remember
such an
old. I remember
unpopular
old
game
Siege
came at a
and
price.
I'm 19.
Man, I wish it was still around.
By ignoring the industry's biggest titles, Jinxie made his uphill battle even steeper. On a platform already stacked against smaller streamers, he was cutting himself off from the easiest route to visibility and grinding on a game fewer and fewer people seem to care about.
We stream every day. Most consistent Siege streamer there is every single day.
For a year straight, Jinxie streamed Rainbow Six gameplay to an average viewership of just 5. And at times, it pushed him to the brink.
If I could just get 1 follower a day, I would be happy.
With so few people watching and stagnant growth, he seriously considered walking away from streaming altogether.
My friends, my teachers, guidance counselor just said like, oh, you're wasting your time. You're not going to be a streamer. That's a pipe dream. It's not realistic. That too.
As exhausting as it was, he kept streaming, day after day, doing what he genuinely enjoyed, holding on to the belief that maybe one day it would pay off.
5 viewers, he's grinding. He's on the grind.
As he got better at the game, the Siege community began to tune in. Slowly, 5 average viewers turned into 15. 15 became 50.
You guys are freaking crazy, bro.
And by June, his Twitch following had jumped from just 300 to over 3,000 followers.
Bro, we're at 993 viewers. Can we hit 1,000 viewers, bro?
But in the summer of 2021, he hit a wall
Man,
of 15.
I can't wait. I can't wait for when I hit that. When I start streaming consistently, I start I start uploading consistently. I hope it happens. I'm getting a new job, and it's definitely gonna help me have more time to stream. I'm gonna try to stream as much as possible. I'm gonna upload as much as possible, and maybe I can get as big as Jinxie. But his story is also very inspirational. Like, literally streaming every day for a year to an average of 5. And now he's at damn near 100K viewers fucking stream. Like, it's crazy.
100 average viewers. The reach of Rainbow Six had hit its limit. Despite being one of the most popular players in the space, and even having a personal charm in the game, no one outside of the Rainbow community cared enough to tune into the streams. For almost an entire year, Jinxie sat there, at 1,500 viewers, making enough money to not have a job, but not enough to really live a life. Until one day, he woke up to thousands of new followers. He was confused at first, then checked TikTok. Someone had screen recorded his stream from the day prior and uploaded a short clip to TikTok. It was of him opening Alpha Packs in Rainbow, getting the same annoying rubber ducky trick 3 times in a row. And this clip exploded on TikTok, raking in over 17 million views that day.
Yo, TikTok is set.
When he started up streaming,
short form content is such a cheat code for long form.
And Jinxie's stream peaked at over 4,000
people don't know that.
viewers. It had been almost 4 years since he started streaming, and Jinxie had finally moved up a rung on Twitch's endless ladder.
5,000 viewers already. That is a Jinxie channel record.
But what no one could have guessed was how quickly he'd shoot towards the top from here. That viral clip was the light bulb moment. If one random highlight could pull thousands to his stream, what would happen if he started posting them himself? So he ramped up the content machine, launching new accounts on TikTok and YouTube, cutting together his rages, his highlights, his crash outs. And he wasn't the only one. Every day, dozens of accounts were pumping out Jinxie's reactions, funneling even more viewers straight to his streams.
We had 10,000 viewers!
By January of 2023, Jinxie had cleared over 500,000 followers on Twitch, then 750,000 in March, and just
the fucking Dunder Mifflin fucking shirt. Hold on. Nah, come on, show it, boy. The fucking office shirt.
And just weeks
holy
later,
shit.
came the milestone every streamer dreams of: 1 million followers on Twitch.
Look at him.
I did it.
That's gonna be me.
I'm calling my dad.
It's gonna be me
And
one
it
day.
didn't stop there. Just days later, the sub counter rocketed past giants like XQC and Kai Cenat. Jinxie, streaming Rainbow Six Siege, was the #1 subscribed streamer on Twitch.
Yeah, he's the #1 most sub person on Twitch right now. Yeah, which is crazy, by the way.
I haven't gotten to watch him yet, but his TikTok seemed pretty funny.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
By September, Jinxie was averaging over 60,000 viewers, and at the 2023 Streamer Awards, he was crowned both the best gamer and breakout streamer of the year.
Because the biggest streamer in the world right now is a guy named Jinxie. And for a full year, he streamed on Twitch to an average viewership of 2.
It literally just started as an idea and a dream and a goal.
Yeah, he's streaming like 7-8 hours a day for 5
Dude.
people.
This is a generational, like,
5 viewers.
come up,
Every
dude.
great thing that you will ever achieve is brick by brick, day by day, night by night. December 2019, 5 viewers. It started off 5 years ago. 5.
I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber.
Hey, he pulled it off. He's probably one of the best to do it.
That'll tell you that you
If
can't
not
do
the
something
best to
because
do
they
it.
can't imagine themselves doing something. If you have a dream, you have to protect that dream every single day when you wake up, bro. You cannot lose if you just don't give up. Literally, bro. The only way to lose is
That's facts. That's facts. The only way you lose is if you don't try again. The only way you lose is if you don't get up and do it again. It's the only way you lose is if you give up.
to give up.
The crazy thing is why this all worked in the first place. A generation ago, streamers lived and died by the games they played. If the game popped, so did they. But if it faded, their careers went with it. Jinxie flipped that script. Siege was already on life support when he started, so his growth was never tied to the popularity of the game. The climb took longer, but it built a foundation that wouldn't crack when trends move on.
If you're the top guy on any stream, you are dealing with all of the bullshit.
However, success often comes at a cost. In just a few months, he went from a random kid on Twitch to the internet's main character, and that meant his personal life wasn't really his anymore. Relationships, drama. Suddenly, it was all being dissected by millions of strangers. What was once private became part of the content machine, whether he wanted it to or not. And even inside Siege, not everyone was happy with Jinxie. Some of the OG players hated the new wave that he brought with him. They said his streams made the game less serious, that the culture was more about entertainment than strategy. The exact energy that revived Siege also made Jinxie a target within the game's most dedicated community.
Yo,
But
that's
the trade-off
that's
of
some
NFL.
lame shit. OG players. Yeah, your game was gonna fucking die without him. Shut the fuck up. Like your game was shitty, right? Like your game was. No one wanted to play the game until he played it. You weren't doing anything for your game. He did something for your game.
Work so
like
hard
what?
to get everything you ever wanted, only to realize it comes with everything you never asked for.
I've been thinking about making this video for a very long time. I am retiring. I'm no longer going to be streaming, posting YouTube videos, posting TikToks. I feel like I lost all my love for it and passion for it. And now it's like, I just don't even want to stream anymore. So, thank you to all my supporters. And this is goodbye.
And for Jinxie, the only way through was the same way he started. Keep pushing.
Psych! Part-time's Jinxie is f***ing gone. Starting tomorrow, I'm streaming every night, 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. I'm back on my 5-hour. Let's get it. Let's go. Click the sub button, click the like button, and let's do this for our mama and our little brother too.
He built his whole career on consistency,
What the hell?
showing up no matter what.
Dude,
And
I
his
was
mindset
like, what
the
the
only
fuck
thing
did he
holding it all
quit?
together. He began branching out, pushing his content far beyond the walls of Rainbow Six Siege. Jinxie hosted online dating shows, opened fan mail live on camera, and began IRL streaming with some of the biggest names on Twitch.
You do your f***ing crushing.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
This was actually the time period that I myself first became a fan of Jinxie. In early 2024, those clips of mukbangs with Queso and cooking with Sketch started flooding my TikTok feed.
Was that pot rusty?
What's up, brother?
or Trying to find out what the metal taste is there.
And I'll admit, I can't stand the cringy, over-the-top screaming reactions by streamers. Except for this.
So,
That's actually pretty great. Anyways, this was the first time that I saw
Bro.
Jinxie be more of himself and less of an internet character. These clips, especially the sketch, were hysterical and created trends far outside of the gaming community.
You're gonna need a frisbee to cover those pepperoni nipples.
These streams took Jinxie to an all-new high, averaging nearly 100,000 viewers per
Bruh.
stream and peaking at 229,525 concurrent viewers. For perspective, Twitch as a whole maintains an average of 2.6 million active users at any given time, meaning Jinxie alone had 10% of the entire platform watching his stream. To Jinxie, this made
Damn.
it infinitely clear. His fans were watching for him, and no
Bro,
matter
he's
what he
that guy,
streamed,
dude.
they'd be there.
at
The mental
streaming.
barrier of streaming
He's the
for
guy.
performance was gone. Jinxie really just streamed whatever he wanted to. He still streamed Rainbow, but there was constantly new additions, some that even go all the way back to the beginning of this journey.
How long have you been streaming, honestly?
Yeah.
When did you start?
I've never even said this, but like I was streaming when I was a freshman in high school. I was streaming when I was 15. So I've streamed on 3 different accounts. I started off streaming Clash Royale.
Earlier this year, Jinxie hopped back onto the Clash Royale grind,
Oh,
streaming
yeah.
more and more of the content he used to
I
stream
forgot that
to
he
just
did
an
all
audience
that.
of 5. But this time, it wasn't the task of performing that was fueling the grind. The same game that lit the spark of his competitive drive was surging again in popularity, and it would be easy to chalk that up to timing or coincidence if the numbers weren't there. In June, 8 out of the 10 uploads on Jinxie's channel were Clash Royale, with the game's player count jumping over 8.4 million in that exact same month.
Dude,
Whether he'll
Clash
admit it or
Royale
not,
was so
the moment
big
he
in
came
high
back,
school.
The game itself seemed to wake up.
I didn't
too.
get into
and not
it
just
really,
Clash Royale.
but
Overnight,
dude,
a surge
all
of 800,000
my fucking
players
friends
jumped back into
and
Clash of Clans.
people around
like
me
it
in
was
fucking
almost a brand new
classroom
release.
instead of doing
and
our
we were
work,
right there
they
with
would.
them.
I'd play Retro Bowl. They would play fucking Clash Royale and shit like that.
But behind every stream, behind all the numbers and the noise, is the life that keeps him grounded.
You live with the parents, right?
Yeah, I live with like my mom, my brother, my cousin.
Off camera, it's not about winning or losing in a video game. It's about family and the quiet moments that never make the highlight reel. A steady support system that's been there from the very beginning, reminding him who he is at the end of the day.
To me, family's all you really have in life. Like you can have like money or fame or whatever, but at the end of the day, all that really matters is like the people you truly care about. So like I have my whole life to go off and live by myself. I may as well spend as much time with my mom and dad while I can.
The success may look larger than life, but at its core, it's held together by simple, real
Bah.
anchors that fame can't touch. In today's world, it's almost routine to watch creators blow up overnight, only to lose pieces of themselves along the way. The fame, the number, the pressure, it changes people. But Jinxie never let those pieces slip away. He held onto them tightly. The laughter, the humility, the roots that shaped him. And more than anything, he kept close the relationship that mattered the most. His dad.
I've nothing but like the highest thanks to my dad. When I was like 17 years old and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, my dad was the person who told me to just go for it, and he said, "You'd be good at it."
There's Jinxie, there he is. See him, chat right there. There's Junko.
I created my Twitch account in 2019.
Dude, his dad
One
streams?
viewer
I didn't know his dad
for an
streams.
entire year.
What?
That one
That's
viewer
crazy.
was my dad. He was in every stream, always hyping me up, and he never stopped believing in me. When you have somebody in your corner that's your dad and they believe in you from the jump, what else do you need? Call to my dad. Yo. Dad, I just hit 1 million.
No, I'm watching.
Oh, you're in?
Yeah. I'm so happy I can't feel my arms.
I can't even feel my arms.
I think the story that is Jinxie is far from over, but in its own way, it's come full circle. From the late nights of streaming to a few viewers, to teachers saying he would never make it, to now living the exact way he's always dreamt of, he's always been one thing. Himself. And yeah, the sacrifices were real, but if you asked him today whether he'd do it all over again, I don't even think there'd be a pause. The answer would be simple.
Yo. Dude, that was a good video. Man, I didn't know Jinxie like had the like the come up story of the ages on fucking streaming. That's insane. I had no idea that he was like that. That was a good video. Hey, be sure to like and subscribe to Golf Cart. Dad, I hit 1 mil. I know I'm watching. Yeah, that was very sweet. I love that his dad was supporting him from the beginning. Not many kids get that push/support he got. W pops for real. I wish more fathers were like that. Jinxie is one of the ones that deserve it. When he said that his dad was only viewer for 1 year, I started crying. Yeah, that was very sweet. I had no idea that his father, watched his stuff. Well, that was a good video. I like that. All right, on to the next one. Okay. All right, this one is the Burt Peanut video. Yeah. The Burt Peanut is a recession indicator. So the Burt Peanut is that guy that looks like a peanut, you know. That's it. I don't really watch him. I don't really know who he is, but I will now.
Over the past year, things have gotten weird. Household debt has hit a record high, inflation keeps climbing, the job market's tanking, and now we seem to be on the brink of World War III. But right in the middle of all of that, there's a cartoon Peanut pulling some of the biggest streaming numbers the internet has ever seen.
He averages like 50 on Twitch and like 80 on YouTube. He's bigger than Kai.
Now, the strange part is, the worse things seem to get, the bigger the burnt peanut becomes.
What?
Okay, so we're gonna get a little finance heavy for a second here, but stick with me.
Huh?
A recession is what happens when the economy takes a serious nosedive and stays down. And when that happens, people change. What they buy changes, what they watch changes, their behavior in general can hit a total 180. There's a theory called the lipstick index. It suggests that when money gets tight, people stop buying designer purses, but they'll still grab a nice bottle of lipstick. It's small, it's affordable, and for a moment, it makes you feel like things are normal. So why does that matter here? Well, because the burnt peanut is kind of like the lipstick. Not as some cheaper version of anything, but as something people turn to when everything else starts to become exhausting.
I honestly think that the burnt peanut has brought to Twitch something it's never had.
There was a hole in streaming that no one really recognized. Well, except for Peanut.
My whole life has been changed when I found this stupid little peanut.
Almost overnight, this cult-like following had formed.
You love him, I
What is he doing that's so different? He's just a peanut, right? Like, he's doing normal stream things, but he's displaying himself as a fucking peanut, right? Like,
Peanut realized something about gaming.
Video games are not supposed to be you're sweating your off. If you're not having fun, get off.
And decided he wanted to fix it.
I've never had more fun in a video game than Halo 3 multiplayer.
If you grew up with an Xbox 360, you already know exactly what Peanut was talking about here. Back then, gaming was more about having fun than anything else. You
dude, Xbox 360. Hey, Xbox 360, Halo 4 with my dad. Top tier core memory right there. That's top tier right there.
You and your brother would spend hours in split screen.
What the hell?
But things started to shift. Ranked game modes began to climb in popularity. Lobbies got sweatier, and then Fortnite showed up and kind of just changed everything. Epic Games started rolling out cash cups, weekly tournaments that literally anyone could enter with real cash prizes. You and your friends could theoretically win hundreds of dollars from your own bedroom without ever wagering $1. That had never really existed before, and it pulled gaming culture in a new direction. Suddenly, tryharding was the only way to play. If you
Man, Fortnite really fucking
landed, some kid with 10,000
set a
hours
new
in
wave
his
of
credit card was
gaming.
putting you in a clip.
You're so dog, buddy. That was a freeze kill my life.
And if that sounds familiar, it should, because the same thing was happening everywhere else.
If you are living paycheck to paycheck, don't worry, you're not alone.
Throughout the 2010s, the job market got more competitive. Social media had everyone comparing themselves to people they'd never even met. Hustle culture showed up and swallowed everything whole. And now that one place that used to ask nothing of you, the place you went to specifically to turn your brain off, was asking you to perform too.
Why do I only play Zerbil? Because I don't have to sweat my absolute balls off.
But here's the thing, it didn't just change how people played, it changed what they watched too. High-skill gameplay became the content. The crazier the clip, the more it blew up. Now, when Peanut first started streaming in early 2022, that was still the blueprint. Be good at the game, and people will tune in.
When I first started streaming, I copied everyone else. I was like, okay, what these guys are doing, they're being the best.
At the time, he was still known online as the Burnt Peanut, but the character didn't exist yet. He was still trying to copy the guys at the top. With the face cam on, gameplay front and center, focused on being good at the game. On paper, he was doing everything right, but it didn't work. And honestly, the fact that it didn't is really what makes this story interesting, because it forced Peanut to get creative. So I mentioned earlier that the job market has gotten more competitive. I mean, between AI taking jobs and the fact that degrees no longer guarantee a career, finding a job you actually like is tough. Here's the thing though, you don't have to wait for your dream job to just magically appear. You can build it on WAP. WAP is hands down the best platform.
Excuse me, sorry.
Out and started over. Peanut wanted to stand out, and instead of chasing what everyone else was doing, he decided to make his own thing entirely. Facecams have been the default for years, but Peanut realized there's something about an animated character that just hits a little different. Think of like Baby Yoda. Characters like that have a certain kind of universal appeal that webcam just can't compete with. So he taught himself Blender, built a character from scratch, a Peanut, fully 3D, rigged to track his face in real time.
Did you already have the tech available to even do that?
No, I learned everything on hand as I went. Blender, like I learned all by myself. I tell you, oh my God, Blender has pissed me off so much. I'll sit there and I have that fire hat that has fire on the top. That took me like 8 hours. 8 hours of sitting there and just trying to work how fire worked. I almost punched a hole in my wall. But after 8 hours, you figure it out, and then you can use it forever.
The Peanut became the face of
Yeah.
the whole operation. But here's
Man,
what made it work.
yeah, Blender is fucking. I use Blender sometimes just to mess around. Man, even just messing around is
You could still see his actual
infuriating.
eyes and mouth. It gave him a way to show genuine personality that most VTuber avatars just don't have.
Let me see if I can lure him in. Like a moth to a flame.
Peanut's goal with this new direction went beyond just the character.
That's pretty funny. He just used his voice to lure the guy. That's
He stopped
fucking
trying to be the
hilarious.
best player in the lobby.
What?
Damn, what the fuck
The
does
goal
that
wasn't
do?
to
He just
impress
fucking
people.
got
It was
clipped.
I go, yeah, yeah, yeah!
All right, next guy up, come get it!
To bring back that feeling games used to have before everything got so competitive.
Back in the day, you would sit down on your couch, you'd play Halo 3. You and your brother, you'd be, calling each other fat, and you'd beating the shit out of each other in the game. That's what I try to bring back. I want my bungalovers to sit there and feel like I'm on the couch with them, and we're just having fun. Like, we're just hanging out. Like, they're my boys, and I just think it's more fun that way. That's what I would want to watch.
Yeah.
That's why I do what I do.
When he first rolled out
That's
this new
pretty
character in January
okay.
of
I get it
2024,
now.
he
Okay, I'm
averaged
starting to
just 6
understand this
viewers.
burnt
6.
peanut.
And nothing
Starting
really
to
changed
understand it
overnight,
now.
But he kept going. He stuck to a schedule, refined the character, creating new outfits and virtual sets, basically building out the world around the Peanut piece by piece. And slowly people started to show up.
Every day I'd hop on and there'd be more bungalovers. I'd hop on the next day, there'd be more bungalovers.
By the end of 2024, he was averaging nearly 1,200 viewers a stream, which on its own is already a massive jump. But compared to what was
that's
about
pretty
to
good.
happen, it was nothing.
You haven't heard of the burnt peanut yet?
What's burnt peanut? Burnt peanut?
There's a streamer named The Burnt Peanut who has been everywhere lately.
You know The Burnt Peanut?
The Burnt Peanut.
The burnt peanut.
Who's my favorite streamer right now? The Burnt Peanut.
Burnt peanut is a problem.
The Burnt Peanut is a name that I am hearing constantly.
I honestly think that the Burnt Peanut has brought to Twitch something it's never had.
I can't help not to watch the Burnt Peanut. He's all over my feed.
Most popular streamer currently in the world.
The Burnt Peanut. Literal peanut, with a face.
There's right now a guy named the Burnt Peanut. He's dressed like a peanut, he looks like a peanut, he have more voice than CNN.
So, how's that happen?
What the hell?
It was really a few things coming together at the right time. Let's go back to the lipstick example from earlier. The University of Michigan has been running a survey for decades that measures how optimistic consumers feel about their personal finances and the broader economy. The scale runs from 50 to 100. 100 means life is good, money's flowing, we're buying the designer bags. 50 means the opposite. No extra cash, tough times, the lipstick side of the spectrum. In early 2025, that consumer index sat at 71.7. Not amazing, but decent. Then it started dropping.
So the University of Michigan takes America's pulse on how they feel the economy is going every month, and the initial reading for November is not good at all.
By November 2025, it had fallen all the way down to 51.0. Your average American was staring down damn near rock bottom conditions. Now, lay Peanut's average viewership over that same timeline. Month by month, you'll notice something. In November, the exact month the consumer index bottoms out, Peanut's viewership hits an all-time high. And I really think the state of the world plays a massive role in that spike. I'll speak for myself here, but it feels like recently I can
What?
work harder than I ever have and still feel like I'm falling a step behind. I mean, my rent keeps going up, groceries keep going up, insurance keeps going up. Everything's more expensive, and to be honest, it's kind of exhausting. The last thing I want to do after working some ungodly hours is get on COD and get absolutely railed by some sweat. Every major game right now is practically unplayable unless you spend countless hours actually grinding it. Gaming as a whole has felt pretty stale for a minute now, which is where the next...
So he's gonna say that the Burnt Peanut is the relief. Why? So why isn't any other streamer a relief? Why is it specifically the Burnt Peanut?
piece of the puzzle comes in. Arc Raiders released in October of 2025, and did it in a big way. Over 264,000 people jumped in within the first 2 days alone, and that number kept climbing. By the end of November, over 481,000 players across all platforms were logging in daily. So the question is why? What made this game stick out when so many others had failed? Well, because it worked for more than one type of player. The tryhards were still there, loading in to kill other players or find the most efficient way to get the best loot. But the game wasn't built around killing players. The main goal was to find the most valuable stuff you could get and get out. That meant if you just wanted to run around with your friends and have a good time, you could do that. And that unlocked something that a lot of multiplayer games had quietly killed over the years. The ability to just hang out, to mess around, to die laughing instead of dying frustrated.
Arc Raiders kind of made it so the casual players can understand extraction shooters very easily.
The game gave casual players a reason to show up and a reason to stay. That fit Peanut's mold to a T. He was good at games, but he wasn't trying to be the best. Instead, he focused on making genuine moments with his community. And in November 2025, he pulled off what is probably his biggest community moment ever. Not just his community though, the streaming community as a whole.
Come on, you gotta let me live, man. You don't need to do this. Just walk me like a dog to the extract. Come on, let's go.
This is for the bungulators.
No!
What started as a bit, a call out, a couple of tweets, turned into an all-out war.
Ready yourselves, bungulators! Hungeness Legion are upon us! They will hold nothing back, but neither will we! Give them nothing, but take everything!
What the hell is going on?
And let's ride!
Streamers pick
Holy
sides,
shit,
their
he's
followed,
fucking
and eventually the whole thing took
screaming.
on a life of its own.
Boys, Hunter Zombie is in the northeast! Get him!
I got one shot, they're flanking.
On me, Kim! On me, fire!
I am not declaring war or picking sides against somebody whose AFK stream gets more viewers than me.
I want my get back.
This one's for the bungulators. Yeah.
At the height of the war,
What is a
Peanut's peak confirmed
bungulator?
viewership hit nearly
Can someone tell me
93,000,
that?
and only 3
Is that
months
a
later, he was the most watched streamer
is that what he
on
call
Twitch,
his
beating out Jinx,
his viewers?
XQC, and countless other names that had dominated the platform for years.
I think that Peanut was like the biggest thing that probably could have ever happened to like the streaming and gaming world.
I agree.
He's changed people's outlooks on video games and just
Right.
streaming in general.
Yeah, I haven't even watched this dude, and people are
like,
talking about him like he's a prophet.
Let's have fun again, you know? Like, that's what was missing.
Now, the current state of the world in Arc Raiders definitely created the perfect stage for Peanut to shine. But we've seen it a million times,
Whoa.
where someone's the face of the internet one day and gone the next. Peanut, however, has continued to evolve since he first popped off. He's built a deeper connection with his fan base while remaining one of the biggest streamers in the world.
It's not a surprise. It's no just accident that Burnt Peanut has literally 40 to 50,000 people watching him live. Let me repeat that. 40 to 50,000.
I think there are 3 things that really separate him from the rest of the crowd. The first is the avatar itself, not as a gimmick, but as a design decision that removes something most streamers don't even realize they're doing. When you watch a regular streamer, you're always aware you're watching a person. A real face on a screen means you're comparing, consciously or not. Are they attractive? Do they seem confident? How much does that chain cost? Why am I not on their level? All of that runs in the background whether you want it to or not. It's the same mechanism that makes Instagram exhausting. Everyone is posting about their picture-perfect life, and you're stuck measuring yourself against another person. The Peanut removes all of that. There's no face to compare yourself to, nothing tangible you can't afford, just a voice and a character in a game. The second thing is that he's genuinely
okay,
average at most
I can
games.
see that.
He
I can
doesn't
see that.
pretend
I
to be
can see
otherwise.
that.
He
I can
dies.
see
He
that.
makes bad calls. He laughs about it.
I've done all I can do.
In a world that had spent the better part of a decade worshiping skill as the thing worth watching, here was a guy who was having fun in spite of losing, and making everyone watching feel like they're allowed to do the same. The third thing is the consistency. In January of 2024, he had 6 viewers, and he streamed anyway. February, slightly more. At a schedule that averaged over 150 hours per month, he just kept going. And when everything finally exploded and the industry started paying attention, he said something in an interview that kind of stuck with me.
Has it hit you yet? Not really. I don't really do anything different. I mean, I still DoorDash the Big Macs. I drive a $900 box. I mean, that thing's gonna explode any day, I'm telling you. I don't know. I just, like, every day I hop on the stream, it's the same room. It's the same guys. I'm not sitting there and be like, oh, dude, I'm, you know, this big streamer now. It really doesn't feel like that. Like, it feels just like I'm at home. It's just like, it's everything I do.
Yeah.
So nothing really changed all that much.
Here's the thing I keep coming back to.
That would be that's nice. Like having your streaming job not feel like you're streaming. You're just being you. That
3 launched in September 2007.
Nice. That's really
2 months
really
later,
nice.
the housing market started to collapse. The financial crisis that defined a generation was beginning, and millions of people were about to lose their jobs, their homes, their sense of stability. And in the middle of all that, those couch sessions Peanut talks about became Loadberry, the escape valve, the place where you could close the door on everything falling apart outside and just play. The lipstick for this moment wasn't a product, it wasn't a trend, it was a cartoon Peanut playing Arc Raiders at midnight and laughing every time he died. The economist in you wants a cleaner explanation, but I think the honest one is simpler. People were tired, they found somewhere to rest, and it just so happened to look like a cartoon peanut. If you've made it this far in the video, I just wanted to say thanks for watching. Feel free to hit the subscribe button, like the video, all the YouTube stuff.
Hey, y'all heard him. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Alright, well, that was all the reacts I had for today, chat. I'm not sure if we're gonna do any games today. I'm not positive on that. Probably not. Probably gonna call it here just so I can start editing and whatnot. But yeah, that was a good stream. That was a good react. That first video, man, that was a really good video. Golf cart had some great videos. Anyways, I guess, you know, have a good day. Have a good rest of your day. And yeah, that's about it. See ya.